Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we got another game recap video here to discuss. We're still looking at all the games that happened right before the holiday break. We'll get to all those games coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Hockey Channel. Now, before we begin this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you all your support. We're new to without you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below listening to this video. So lots of interesting games that happened just before the holiday break. There were 11 games over on Saturday the 21st, 6 games back over on Friday the 22nd, and 13 games happened on Monday the 23rd before everyone went off for the holiday break. So we'll get to all those games here. First, we saw Nashville Predators blow a 2-goal lead, but recovered after blowing it and beat the LA Kings 3-2 in overtime, as they have a 3-game point streak and improved to 10-17-7. Predators are on a little bit of a roll right now, while the LA Kings have a point 10 of 11 and a 4-game point streak, but fall to 19-9-5. So that's it there for Los Angeles. For the Predators, Forsberg had 2 assists. LaRue, Marchessault, and Blankenberg first as the Predator, who was also the overtime winner, were the 3 goal scorers for Predators in the win, while Byfield and LaFerriere were 2 goal scorers for the Kings in the loss. So Kings get a couple of goals from some of their younger players, but was the Predators come with a victory. Then we saw the Calgary Flames open up a 4-goal lead and barely held on, but did beat the Chicago Blackhawks 6-4, as they have a 4-game point streak, a point in 7 of 9, and improved to 16-11-7, while the Flames have their 3-game win streak snap and fall to 12-20-2. So horrible there for the Hawks as they continue to falter, but that 3-game winning streak was really great for the Blackhawks. For the Flames, Huberdeau, Coleman, Coronado, and Zary all had goal and assist. Uyghur had 2 assists, and Backlund and Kadri both also scored for Flames in the win, while Bertuzzi, who had 2 goals and assist, and Bedard, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Hall and Teravainen both had 2 assists, and Mikheyev also scored for the Blackhawks in the loss, so a bad loss there from Chicago. Nearly came back, but the Flames held on for the victory. Then we saw the Edmonton Oilers get a very late equalizer with, I think, just seconds left on the game clock in the 3rd period, and would score early in the overtime period to beat the San Jose Sharks 3-2 in overtime, as they have won 7 of 8 and improved to 20-11-2, while the Sharks have lost 4 straight, 7 of 8, and fall to 11-19-6, so bad stuff there for the Sharks. For the Oilers, McDavid had 3 assists, Bouchard had 2 assists, and Ekholm, Hyman, and Drysdale, who were the OT winner, were 3 goal scorers for the Oilers in the win, while Ruda and Kunin were 2 goal scorers for the Sharks in the loss. So a bad loss there from San Jose. Almost upset the Oilers, but they do fall at the hands of them. Then we saw New Jersey Devils open the scoring and shut out Pittsburgh 3-0, as they have won 4 of 5 and improved to 22-11-3, while the Penguins had their 4-game point streak end and fall to 15-15-5, so that's up there for the Penguins. For the Devils, Hischier had 3-point goal, 2 assists. Meyer had a goal and an assist. Nosen also scored. Markstrom stopped all 12 shots he faced in the shutout victory for the Devils. So an impressive victory there against one of their Metro Division rivals. Then we saw Boston Bruins break a tie late in the 3rd period, thanks to this goal here from Morgan Geekie on our local Square Sportsnet. But Geekie was able to break a very late tie and help the Bruins take down the Buffalo Sabres 3-1, as they have a 4-game point streak of a point 7 of 10 and improved to 18-13-4, while the Sabres have lost 13 straight and fall to 11-19-4. The Sabres, I think they've said, have had 2 14-game losing streaks, and going into that game on Monday, they were at risk of having their 3rd 14-game losing streak in the last, I think, like 10 years. So awful stuff there for the Buffalo Sabres. So the Bruins, Pastrnak had 2 assists, and Marchand, Coyle, and Geekie were 3 goal scorers for the Bruins in the win, while Peterka was a lone goal scorer for the Sabres in the loss. So it was a close game, and the Sabres nearly pulled it off, but the Bruins would come away with the victory. Then we saw the Winnipeg Jets open the scoring and shut out the Minnesota Wild 5-0, as the Jets have won 4 of 6, improved to 24-10-1, and destroyed the Central Division rivals, while the Wild have lost 4 straight, 5 of 6, and fall 20-10-4. Wild are slipping a little bit at this point. For the Jets, Perfetti had 3-point goal, 2 assists. Pionk had goal and assist. Ehlers, Baron, and Nemesnikov also scored, and Hellebuyck stopped all 19 shots he faced in the shutout and victory for the Jets. So a very impressive victory there from Winnipeg. Then we saw New York Islanders jump out to an early 2-goal lead, never looked back, doubling up the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-3, as they improved to 13-14-7, dropping the Leafs, who had their 3-game win streak end till 21-11-2. So that's up there for Toronto. For the Islanders, Horvat had 3-point goal, 2 assists. Romanov, Lee, and Holmstrom all had 2 assists, and Saiplikov, Barzal, Pajot, George, his first career NHL goal, and Dobson also scored for the Islanders in the win, while Nylander scored twice, and McMahon also scored for the Leafs in the loss. So an impressive game there from the Islanders as they get a massive victory over the Leafs. Then we saw the Montreal Canadiens for the 2nd time in a home-and-home take down the Detroit Red Wings, as they destroyed them 5-1, as they have won 3 straight 4-6 6 and improved to 14-16-3, while the Red Wings have lost 8 of 11 and fall to 13-16-4. Bad stuff there for Detroit. For the Canadiens, Hudson and Suzuki both had 2 assists. Slavkovsky, Gallagher, Heineman, Evans, and Laine were their 5 goal scorers, and Mountain both saw 20 of 21 shots he faced in the win for the Canadiens, while Veleno was the lone goal scorer for the Red Wings in the loss, so a bad loss there from Detroit as they lose to one of the worst teams in the Atlantic back-to-back nights, so bad stuff there. Then we saw Philadelphia Flyers overcome multiple deficits and came back to beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-4 in overtime, as they've ended a 3-game losing streak and improved to 15-15-4, while the Jackets have lost 9 of 11 and fall to 13-15-6, so bad stuff there for Columbus. For the Flyers, Tippett had a 4-point night, goal including the OT winner, and 3 assists. Konechny had 3 assists, Frost scored twice, and Case and Forrester both also scored for Flyers in the win, while Voronkov had 2 assists, and Olivier, Piatta, Marchenko, and Christensen were 4 goal scorers for the Blue Jackets in the loss. So an impressive game there from the Flyers as they take down the Jackets in overtime to get back up to 500. Then we saw Ottawa Senators blow multiple leads and recovered and took down the Vancouver Canucks in overtime 5-4, thanks to this goal here from Jake Sanderson or Uncle Square Sportsnet. But Sanderson was able to get the overtime winner as the Ottawa Senators took down the Vancouver Canucks 5-4 in overtime, as they have won 6 straight, 8 of 9, and improved to 18-13-2. Sens were on a roll, while the Canucks fall to 16-10-7, having lost 3 straight and 4 of 5. So that's up there for Vancouver. For the Senators, Pinto, who had 2 goals and assists, and Sanderson, who had a goal, the OT winner, like we just said, and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Giroux had a goal and an assist, and Norris also scored for Senators in the win, while Hughes had a 3-point night with a goal and 2 assists. Besser scored twice, DiGiuseppe had 2 assists, and DeBrusk also scored for the Canucks in the loss. So an impressive game there as the Senators were able to take down the Vancouver Canucks. And the final game we saw over on the 21st was between the Knights and the Kraken, and this was a dominant victory there for the Golden Knights. They destroyed the Seattle Kraken 6-2 as they won 3 straight, 7 of 8, and improved to 20-8-3, while the Kraken have lost 4 straight and fall to 15-18-2. So that's up there for Seattle. For the Knights, Stone had 3-point night, goal, 2 assists. Kolesar and Howden both had goal and an assist. Eichel had 2 assists, and Karlsson, Hannafin, and Haig also scored for the Knights in the win, while Stevenson had 2 assists, and Dunn and Shorts were 2 goal scorers for the Kraken in the loss. So an impressive game there as the Knights come away with the victory. Those are all the games we saw over on Saturday. Going over to the 6 we saw over on Sunday. First, we saw the Carolina Hurricanes score 3 unanswered goals and took down the New York Rangers 3-1, as they've won 4 of 6 and improved to 21-11-1, dropping the Rangers, who have lost 6 of 8 to 16-16-1. So bad stuff there for Rangers, back down at 500. For the Hurricanes, Kochetkov had 2 assists. The goaltender led the team in points. That was absolutely an astounding game from Kochetkov. Carrier, Roslovic, and Aho were 3 goal scorers, and Kochetkov also stopped 22 of 23 shots he faced in the win for Hurricanes. A beautiful performance of Kochetkov, while VC was the lone goal scorer for the Rangers in the loss. So an impressive game there as the Hurricanes are able to come away with the victory over the stumbling Rangers. Then we saw the Washington Capitals break a tie in the second and held on to beat the LA Kings 3-1, as they have won 6 of 8 and improved to 23-8-2, while the Kings have their 4-game point streak end and fall to 19-10-5. So bad stuff there for Los Angeles. A narrow loss to one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. For the Capitals, Protas scored twice, Dubois had 2 assists, Verana also scored, and Thompson stopped 25 of 26 shots he faced in the win, while Fiala was the lone goal scorer for the Kings in the loss, so a bad loss there for Los Angeles. Then we saw Florida Panthers break a tie short-handed in the second period, and were able to use that to hold on and beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-2, as they've won 4 straight, 7 of 9, and improved to 22-11-2, while the Bolts had their 4-game win streak end and fall to 18-11-2, so bad stuff there for Tampa. For Florida, Reinhart scored twice, Lustrine and Greer both also scored for the Panthers in the win, while Radish had 2 assists and Paul Point were 2 goal scorers for the Bolts in the loss, so a bad loss there for Tampa. Then we saw the Anaheim Ducks overcome a 3-goal deficit, stormed back, and downed Utah in a shootout, 5-4, as they have won 3 of 4 and improved to 13-15-4. While Utah's 4-game win streak ends, they now have an 8-game point streak, but fall to 16-11-6. So bad stuff there for Utah. For the Ducks, Fabry scored twice, Gauthier and Zellweger both had 2 assists, Liaison and Lennistrom both also scored in regulation, with McTavish being the lone shield goal scorer for the Ducks in the shield victory. Well, for Utah, Keller had a 4-point night with 2 goals and 2 assists. Hayden had a goal and an assist, Ligachev had 2 assists, and Cooley also scored for Utah in the shield loss. So it was a fantastic game there from Keller, but it was not enough to get the Utah Hockey Club the win. Then we saw the Edmonton Oilers break a tie in the second period thanks to this goal here from Adam Henrique from Elko Square Sportsnet, but Henrique was able to get the goal-ahead goal and help the Edmonton Oilers take down the Ottawa Senators 3-1, as they have won 8 of 9 and improved to 21-11-2, while the Sens' 6-game win streak ends and they fall to 18-14-2, so bad stuff there for Ottawa. For the Oilers, Arvidsson had goal and an assist, Hyman and Henrique both also scored, and Skinner stopped 20 of 21 shots he faced in the win for the Oilers, while Cousins was the lone goal scorer for Senators in the loss. So a really close, tight contested game between two really hot teams, and the Oilers come away on top. And then we saw the Colorado Avalanche score 4 unanswered goals and came from behind to take down Seattle 5-2, as they've won 3 straight 4-5 and improved to 21-15-0. The Avalanche are on a little bit of a roll here, while the Seattle Kraken have lost 5 straight and fall to 15-19-2. So bad stuff there for Seattle. For the Avalanche, Kiviranta, who had a hat trick, 3 goals, and Makar, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Rantanen and McKinnon both had 2 assists, and Nichushkin also scored for the Avalanche in the win, while Kakko, who scored his first goals, member of the Seattle Kraken, and Jared McCann were 2 goal scorers for the Kraken in the loss. So a bad way to go into the holiday break for Seattle, as they fall at the hands of Colorado Avalanche. Those were 6 games we saw over on Sunday, going over to the 13 games we saw just before holiday break over on Monday. So first, on Monday, we saw a couple of early games that was started off by New Jersey Devils coming out and absolutely destroying the New York Rangers 5-0, as they have won 5 of 6 and improved to 23-11-3, while the Rangers have lost 5 of 6, 7 of 9, and fall of 16-17-1, under 500 at the holiday break. Bad stuff there for the Rangers. For the Devils, Jack Hughes had 3-point night, 2 goals and 8 assists. Meyer and Mercer both had goal and assists. Luke Hughes had 2 assists, and Nosen also scored with Markstrom stopping once again all 12 shots he faced in the shutout and win for New Jersey. Back-to-back 12-shot shutouts for Markstrom. Very fantastic performance there for Markstrom, as the Devils are able to come away with a massive victory over the Rangers. Then we saw that Winnipeg Jets go to a 2-goal lead and rolled out to a 5-2 victory over the Maple Leafs, as they have won 4 of 5 and improved to 25-10-1, while the Maple Leafs fall to 21-12-2 on the year. So that's it there for Toronto. For the Jets, Scheifele, who had a hat trick and 8 assists, and Connor, who had 2 goals and 2 assists, both at 4-point nights. Velarde had 3 assists, and Morrissey had 2 assists for Jets in the win, while Tavares scored both goals. Nylander had 2 assists for the Leafs in the loss. So a bad loss there for the Leafs, as they fall at the hands of the Winnipeg Jets. Then we saw St. Louis Blues open the scoring and shut out Detroit 4-0, as they've ended their 3-game losing streak and improved to 16-16-4, while the Red Wings have lost 3 straight, 9 of 12, and fall to 13-17-4. So a bad way to just go into the holiday break for Detroit. For the Blues, Holloway had his first career hat trick, scoring 3 of the 4 goals for the Blues. Thomas and Parayko both had 2 assists. Texier also scored, and Bennington stopped all 19 shots he faced in the showdown victory for the Blues. So a very fantastic win there over the Detroit Red Wings. Then we saw Pittsburgh Penguins jump out to a 3-goal lead and obliterated their Pennsylvania rivals in Philadelphia 7-3, as they have won 3 of 4 and improved to 16-15-5, while the Flyers have lost 4 of 5 and fall to 15-16-4. So bad stuff there for Philly. For the Penguins, Crosby had 4-point night, goal, 3 assists. Bunting scored twice. Raquel and Russ both had a goal and 8 assists. Carlson and Malcolm both had 2 assists, and Lizotte and Tomasino both also scored for the Penguins in the win, while Lawton had 2 assists, and Zamula, Cates, and Couturier were 3 goal scorers for the Flyers in the loss. So an impressive game there from Pittsburgh to go into the holiday break above 500. In the second half of a home-and-home, we saw Tampa Bay Lightning open the scoring and took down Florida 4-0, as they have won 5 of 6 and improved to 19-11-2, while the Panthers have their 4-game win streak ended full of 22-12-2. So bad stuff there for the Panthers. For the Bolts, Hagel had a goal and 8 assists. Shirley and Hemming both had 2 assists. Kucherov, Ginsel, and Chafee also scored, and Johansson stopped all 36 shots he faced in the shutout victory for the Lightning. So a very fantastic performance there from Tampa. Then in a back-and-forth game, we saw the Columbus Blue Jackets blow multiple leads, but came from behind and took down the Montreal Canadiens 5-4, thanks to this goal here from Kirill Marchenko. Ronaldo Chris Sportsnet, but Marchenko was able to get the eventual game winner and help the Jackets get a late goal to beat the Montreal Canadiens 5-4, as they have a 3-game point streak and improved to 14-15-6, while the Montreal Canadiens have their 3-game win streak end and fall to 14-17-3. So that's it there for Montreal. For the Jackets, Marchenko, who had a goal and 2 assists, Monahan, who had 3 assists, and Werenski, who had 3 assists, all had 3-point nights. Voronkov scored twice, and Johnson and Harris will score his first of the Jackets against his old team in Montreal. Both will score for the Jackets in the win, so very good stuff there from Columbus. Also, Varden and Evans both had a goal and 8 assists. Caulfield had 2 assists, and Armia and Hudson both also scored for the Canadiens in the loss. So an impressive game there, back and forth game, but the Jackets come away on top. Then we saw Boston Bruins break a tie in the third period and pulled away late to beat the Washington Capitals 4-1, as they have a 5-game point streak and improved to 19-13-4, while the Capitals fall to 23-9-2 on the year. So that's it there for Washington. For the Bruins, Marchand had 3-point night, goal, 2 assists. Coyle had a goal and 8 assists. Elias Lindholm and Jacob Brazeau both also scored, and Swayman stopped 10 of 11 shots he faced in the win for Boston, while Verano was one goal scorer for the Capitals in the loss. So an impressive game there, as the Bruins get a massive victory over Washington. Then we saw the Buffalo Sabres receive a Christmas miracle going into their holiday break, as they obliterated the New York Islanders 7-1, ending their 13-game losing streak and improving to 12-19-4. So a very good stuff there for the Sabres to finally end that cursed losing streak. Well, New York Islanders have lost 3 of 4 and fall 13-15-7 on the year. So bad stuff there for the Islanders. For the Sabres, Dahlin had a 4-assist night. Kulik had 3.8 with 2 goals and 8 assists. Quinn had a goal and 8 assists. Cousins had 2 assists. Thompson, Malenstein, Benson, and Zucker also scored. And Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen stopped 27 of 28 shots he faced in the win for Buffalo, while Palmieri was lone goal scorer for the Islanders in the loss. So an awful performance there from NYI as Buffalo finds their footing just before the holiday break. Then we saw the Nashville Predators get out to a 4-goal lead and were able to hold on to beat Carolina 4-2 as they have a 4-game point streak entering the holiday break, have won 4 of 6 and improved to 11-17-7. Predators are going into the holiday break on a high note. Well, for the Carolina Hurricanes, they fall at 21-12-1. So bad stuff there for Carolina. For Predators, Marshall, who had 2 goals and 8 assists, and Forsberg, who had 3 assists, both had 3-point nights. Jankowski, O'Reilly, and Stamkos also scored for the Predators in the win, while Stahl and Aho were 2 goal scorers for the Hurricanes in the loss. So a bad loss there from the Carolina Hurricanes. Then we saw Minnesota Wild score 3 unanswered goals and held on to beat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-3 as they've ended their 4-game losing streak and improved to 21-10-4, while the Hawks have lost 9 of 13 and fall at 12-21-2. So bad stuff there for Chicago. For the Wild, Trennan had 2 assists, and Faber, Foligno, Spurgeon, and Kaprizov were 4 goal scorers for the Wild in the win, while Hall had 2 assists, and Bedard, Foligno, and Dickinson were 3 goal scorers for the Blackhawks in the loss. So a bad loss there from Chicago as Minnesota comes away with a victory. Then we saw Dallas Stars open up a 2-goal lead and held on to take down the Utah Hockey Club 3-2 as they improved to 20-13-0, dropping Utah, who has their 8-game point streak snapped, to 16-12-6. So that's up there for Utah. For the Stars, Ben, Hintz, and Blackwell were 3 goal scorers for Stars in the win, while Stenlund and Hayton were 2 goal scorers for Utah in the loss. So an impressively close game, but was a stretch to come away with a victory. Then we saw Vancouver Canucks score 3 straight goals and held on to beat the San Jose Sharks 4-3 as they have a point 6 of 8 and improved to 17-10-7. Well, the Sharks have lost 5 straight, 8 of 9, fall to 11-20-6. So that's up there for San Jose. For the Canucks, Pettersson scored twice. Hughes had 2 assists. Sherwood and Besser both also scored for Canucks in the win, while Celebrini had 2 assists, and Eklund, Ceci, and Kunin were 3 goal scorers for the Sharks in the loss. So a bad loss there for San Jose as they fall at the hands of the Vancouver Canucks. And the last game we saw before the holiday break was between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks as the Knights broke a tie in the 3rd period thanks to this goal here from Tomas Hertl from Close Sportsnet, but Hertl was able to break a tie and the Knights were able to come away with a 3-1 victory over the Anaheim Ducks as they have won 4 straight, 8 of 9, and improved to 23-8-3, while the Ducks have lost 7 of 10 and fall 13-16-4. So bad stuff there for Anaheim. For the Knights, Hertl and Kolesar both had a goal and an assist. Peterson also scored, and Hill stopped 31 of 32 shots he faced in the win for the Knights, while McTavish was the lone goal scorer for the Ducks in the loss. So a bad loss there from Anaheim as the Knights enter the holiday break on a 4-game winning streak. So definitely that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all the games that we saw just before holiday break down in the comment section below. What are some of the more surprising ones you saw? Was it Vancouver being San Jose? Was it Buffalo ending their losing streak against the Islanders? Was it Jersey shutting out the Rangers? Was it Colorado being Seattle? Was it Ottawa being Vancouver in overtime? Was it Boston being Buffalo before they had the losing streak ended? Was it Edmonton being Ottawa? Definitely have to get thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. And that's all I'm going to talk about for today. Or until this video, if you're listening, subscribe below. Thank you for all your support. Really with all of you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below. Discussing all discussing this video. I also have a blog, different news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. I'll link down in the description below. And guys, see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.